Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Shattered Time Rewind. Previously, well, MC asked out Natsuki after they've spent some time getting closer to one another. And yeah, here we are now. Although things definitely seem to be going on behind the scenes. Well, let's see what happens next. Today's the day, June 8th, 2019, to be precise. As per my mom's helpful advice, I'm out in front of the place early so Natsuki can spot me. I tug at the pendant I got from Yuri. If she and Mio can wear those rings like fashion statements, then why not me? I don't know why, but I just felt like it was a good idea. After talking with my mom, I texted Natsuki and we worked out the details. It seems there was a place she wanted to check out around here, so I agreed to meet up sometime close to the afternoon. While Mom did kind of blow things out of proportion as I expected, she was actually helpful with her advice. She also seemed happy that I was doing something aside from being all mopey and depressed in my room. Not only that, but actually talking to a girl on top of it. I know, right? I felt bad when she told me it bothered her seeing me so down and unmotivated compared to how I used to be. Despite how much old man used to look down on me, I was a kind, almost carefree soul. She felt awful and even powerless that she couldn't get me out of that funk. But then I told her it wasn't her fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. It's just something that happened. Sep. What the? God, I wish she'd stop doing that. It nearly gave me a heart attack. Well, that's one way to greet someone, I guess. And there she is being all smug and like, I got your number. Oh, sorry. How long were you there for? Yeah, it's like, just look at this smug aura she gives off. Not too long. I just got here, actually. It's a bit strange seeing her in something that's not her uniform. At some point, Natsuki noticed me staring at her. Hey, I see you, Daniel. You better not make this weird or anything. I'm not! I'm just not used to seeing you dressed like that. Huh. Were you expecting me to be like some cartoon character wearing the same outfit all the time? I guess, well, some useless trivia for you here, but when I went to community college, there was a professor there who taught, and he pretty much did wear the same outfit. In fact, one of my friends even said, like, I thought he was a cartoon character. Now, whether he had like 23 versions of the same outfit, or he literally did just have only one black shirt and one pair of jeans, I don't know, but like I said, it could go either way. Either he had one of each, or he literally had like 23 shirts and 23 jeans in his closet that all happened to look the same. But anyway, yeah. What? No. Anyway, since we're already here, let's go inside already. Okay, well, I put already in there twice. It's so stupidly hot right now. You got that right. As she makes her way to the entrance, I pull open the door for her. My, you're quite the gentleman after all. She gives me a coy smile as she walks inside. I follow in right after her. And I guess for anyone who's played Doki Doki Carpe Diem Somnium, you might recognize this place. And if you played one of our earlier mods, aka the one I refused to talk about, you also might recognize this place. We're blasted with cool air from the AC the moment we step inside. I take a look around. It's a pretty decent place. It looks nice, but not I'm wasting a fortune just standing here nice. Mom was more than happy to set aside some money for me and Natsuki. Just as long as you don't go too overboard, as she put it. We go and choose a table kind of off to the side. So, you know what oops. Like, hey Daniel, can you say some lines for me? Or, rather, hey Natsuki, can you say some lines for me? So, you know what you want? I don't really know the menu to this place, so I'm not sure yet. Of course, yeah, well, I guess, just pretend that she has a menu out in front of her that she's looking at. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like, we're not going to make a whole sprite of her holding a menu. Plus, I don't even know what that would look like, or if it would even look good at all. Yeah. I haven't been here before, so I guess it's going to be new for the both of us. I look around and notice more people are starting to pour in. Looks like we got here just in time. Yeah. From what I've heard, these places downtown get crowded really quick around this time on weekends. Ah, so you planned ahead. You got that right. If I can, I'd rather avoid having to deal with a crap ton of people. You and me both. I don't know what it is with me and crowds, but I try to stay away from them as much as I can. Is that why you wait for everyone to leave the room first before going home? You notice that? Kind of. Yeah, it's something like that. We resume looking over the menu to get familiar with what they've got. It's not long before the waiter stops by and we finally order. I order some kind of chicken pasta and Natsuki, interestingly enough, does the same. I wonder why that is. When we're done ordering, I ask to pay in advance. Natsuki looks agitated as I reach for my wallet and out my card. I guess take out my card. Put it as a single ticket. Oh wait, what are you doing? Don't worry, it's on me. Come on, at least let me pay for my food. Like I said, it's on me. At least from what my mom told me, it's only fair that I pay for the both of us since it's the gentleman thing to do. At least, well, if we're talking like really old-fashioned, then yes, although times have changed. You know, like if I specifically remember like probably the last time like Darlene and I ate together, like she paid for her stuff and I paid for mine. So, you know, like it's honestly it feels fair that way. But yeah, I guess. Anyhow, Natsuki still looks upset as my card gets charged and handed back to me. It's alright. Fine. She's got this defeated look on her face as I put my wallet away. It's at that moment I realize I've got no clue what to do now. Am I supposed to talk to her about something? No, you're supposed to... I don't know, drink Diet Cola and chug it down your gullet in one go. Like, what do I even talk about? Bungee jumping. We sit in agonizing silence as we nervously glance between each other and the environment around us. Come on, at least try to say something to her. Yeah, and more Carpe Diem and Unnamed Mod here. Or... no, this was from Night Nurse, I think. Or who knows. I don't know, some of these songs got reused quite a bit, so I can't really tell you for sure. Not without going over them again. So, not totally what I expected it to be, but it's okay. Huh? This place, I mean. Yeah, she's not talking about the date. You're crazy. Not the date, of course. Oh, right. And I thought I said it wasn't a date. Well, it sure feels like one to me. You know, just the two of us here. Here at a decent restaurant. The fact we're both struggling to say anything to each other and it's awkward as hell. Oh, great. You noticed that? You're pretty easy to read, Daniel, not gonna lie. What the... Oh, come on. Like right now, you should see the look on your face. Koto always used to brag about how she could read me like a book. Another sort of reference to the unnamed mod. She'd probably have a field day if she could see this. Best not to think too much about her right now. Focus on the girl right in front of you. Yeah, don't be thinking about other women when you're on a date. Otherwise, yeah, that's not going to end well. Even if I am, you just admitted you're also feeling awkward. Gotcha. She freezes up and looks away. It's not like I go out all that much, alright? Especially with the way my dad is, he'd probably kill me if he knew I was here with a guy. Wait, so then what did you tell him? I just told him I was going to hang out with a friend from school. At least, it's not a total lie, right? He'd go ballistic if he knew a guy asked me out. I think back to the crazy maniac I fought that night. Yeah, he'd probably do that to me again if he found out I'm dating Natsuki. I feel kind of bad for making you lie to your dad, though. Especially if he's the overprotective type. Hey, don't sweat it. Besides, it's just a white lie. I want to have my own social life, and I can't do that if he's holding the reins on me forever. The reins? You make him sound like a dictator, or some cruel Master Santa Claus. Ho ho ho! It's your last Christmas! Tell Santa what kind of tombstone you want! Yeah, just like... When I wrote that line, it's like, I just had this, like, stupid image in my head, like, you know... Some cruel, evil Master Santa Claus. Get to work, elves! I don't pay you to sit around. And you don't pay us at all! Exactly my point! Okay, maybe I wouldn't go that far, but you understand me, right? Yeah, I get you. I guess it's different for some parents. My mom was over the moon when I told her I was meeting up with a girl today. Oh yeah? Yep. She wouldn't stop gushing over how glad she was that I was getting out more and taking a big step and growing up. She was even there giving me all this advice and junk for today. Like paying for my food. You're still hung up on that? It's the 21st century, Daniel. I know you're trying to be nice and courteous to me, but... it makes me feel bad for some reason. Yeah, because... like, he's kind of... I don't know, I guess it's like... she feels as though now I owe you one because you did this for me. Something like that. At least that was kind of the idea I was going with. Like, you shouldn't be giving me all this special treatment. Part of it was because of my mom, but I wanted to treat you because I wanted to treat you. There's no shame in that, right? Well, no. But at least next time let me pay for my own meals. I get that you're trying to be sweet to me, but I'm going to feel bad if you keep doing things like this. I'm just saying. Well... I just hope you don't turn out to be one of those heroes of justice types who feel like they have to run to the girl and save her every single time. Yeah, and well... there are quite a few mods that sort of do this. Like, well, admittedly, the original Exit music sort of did it, but it did it in a way where I felt like there was a balance. Exit Music Redux, however, the MC there was a hero of justice to a point where it was so damn annoying, and... well, If I were to ever do like some kind of video essay series on, well, mods, yeah, I would probably have a field day talking about like Exit Music Redux, but that's neither here nor there right now. Point being that, yeah, especially early on, I did notice there was like that sort of hero of justice sort of archetype where it's like, especially in these like Save the Doki kind of mods specifically. Like, I'm not saying that it's bad necessarily, but there are times where I've seen it done and it just comes off as annoying or just poorly executed. You know, rushing to her side every time she's in trouble to make sure everything's all blue skies and sunshine. Okay, I put it right here. Wait, blue skies and sunshine? Is she getting inside my head, or do we just like using the same random analogies? Not your favorite type of guy, I take it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's nice having a guy who wants to be there for you and treat you right, but come on. That sounds like a weird one-sided relationship to me. Both sides have to contribute something or else it doesn't work. She wistfully looks past me as she says those words. Is she talking from experience with her mom or what? Either way, it's clear I struck a chord somewhere. Natsuki, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... Don't worry about it. Just don't let it become a habit. Alright. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Note to self. Mom's advice isn't some one-size-fits-all magical solution for how to treat girls. Assuming she is talking from first-hand experience, Natsuki's mom might have had a different idea about how relationships work. So MC's mom is a little more old-fashioned at heart. Natsuki's mom was more, I guess, like modern in the sense of like, yeah, no, it should be a, you know, a 2-for-2 thing, not a one-way street. Two different moms from two different walks of life. Who knows? At this point, I am just guessing and assuming. Maybe my mom is a bit old-fashioned at heart. Okay, yeah, see. The more I think about it, maybe I am too. Huh. I guess I take after my mother more than, well, you know. It isn't soon after that our food is brought over to us, served piping hot. After that bit of awkwardness, we ended up talking about boring stuff like school as we ate. Eventually, we moved on to real topics. Wait a minute. So you actually like manga and anime? What, you have a problem with that? Well, no, but it's just that... You haven't met other girls who like that stuff, right? Yeah. Well, I haven't met too many other girls in general, but that's besides the point. I've just had people write me off as some kind of pervert or little kid because I like that stuff. Welcome to my world. Well, not the pervert part, but the little kid part. You have no idea how much I wish I could talk to my other friends about this stuff. But now... Jeez, my throat is a little dry. Ew, you still like that stuff? Now, you're such a little kid. Ugh, it's so annoying. Have they even bothered reading some of the latest manga? Have they even bothered reading some of the latest manga or light novels out there? I'm tempted to say the storytelling is better than half the junk they have in theaters nowadays. And I have noticed that, well, according to what I've heard, there's been a decline in like people actually going to the movies and seeing movies in theaters, so... Who knows? Finally, somebody who gets it. Sure, there's stuff for little kids out there, but they have stuff geared at older audiences too. I'd love to show someone an episode of Higurashi. And see if they tell me it's still for little kids after that. And I guess it is an actual anime, if you're wondering. Higurashi, or When They Cry, is quite possibly one of the most brutal horror anime series that I have ever seen. And, well, the only one I'm familiar with was the original by Studio Dean. I have not seen, like, the remake or the new incarnation of it. I don't know if I'd be able to, but, well, maybe one of these days I'll give it a shot. Or maybe I won't. Sure, violence and gore for all ages. Kid tested and mom approved. Oh god, seeing the look on their face would be hilarious. Well, not quite the hilarious girl, but it's close. Yeah, I get you though. I can't talk about that stuff with whatever few people who still tolerate me, for one thing. Everyone else just thinks you're weird or not normal. Yep. Even back then, I got made fun of for not being a normal boy. Fruits of the Literature Club, anybody? Because he is not a normal boy. Well then, I guess by that standard, I'm not much of a normal girl either. Hello, gaggle of friends! I am a normal girl! Okay, yeah, no. I don't know if anyone will get that reference. Honestly, I don't care what people think, but eventually it does get kind of lonely. Natsuki nods sadly. I mean, so what if I like manga and anime? It's not like it's a crime or anything. People should just like whatever they want without anyone else making a huge deal out of it. I'm with you there. What a world that would be if everyone thought like that. We both laughed bitterly before falling into a moment of silence. Wow. I haven't laughed like this in ages. Not since... well, you know. Even then, I couldn't even talk too much about anime with Kodanoa. While she did like certain series, it was mostly romance and drama or crime and thriller oriented. Upon seeing we've both finished eating, we get up from our chairs. Dare I ask what kind of series you enjoy reading and watching? I mean, it's not like I watch a lot of stuff with mushy romance and junk. Oh, Kodo, she has you there. There are some exceptions every now and again, though. I like to watch stuff with fantasy elements, for one thing. I don't really have a certain type I lean to, since I tend to watch a bit of everything that has a good point that speaks to me. Ah, I see you're well versed in cultivating your tastes. Well, yeah, you know that old saying, don't judge a book by its cover. Plus, there's some series that start off looking cute and innocent, just to throw you in for a loop halfway in. Yeah, like Madoka Magica, for example. That is one where it's like, yeah, the art style looks very cute and innocent and whatever, and then once you get into the like real meat of the series, yeah, it is very, very brutal. A lot of horror series tend to do that a lot. Not just horror series, but horror games as well. Huh? Well, yeah. By now I think it should be obvious what I'm hinting at. Don't even get me started on horror. You best stop believing in horror stories, Miss Sirenji. You're in one! Literally. Both the original DDLC and this mod is a horror romance. That might be one of the only genres I don't touch regularly. Just not that into horror? I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I know some general stuff about some series like Higurashi, but otherwise I'd rather not go all in. Understandable. Everyone is free to enjoy the things they like, right? It's like you said. Huh, yeah. And don't you forget it. This is a judgment-free zone, after all. Natsuki playfully shoves me as we make our way through the streets downtown. What was that for? For being an idiot! You're so stupid sometimes. Hey, well, stupid is as stupid does.
Huh, do you even know what that means?
Well, not really, but the movie made a crap ton of money. And he's talking about Forrest Gump from, like, way back in the 90s. So, there you go. Because I don't... Yeah, I think this reference went over a lot of people's heads, but even then, I guess that's kind of a deep cut, so understandable.
For real, though. I'm glad I got the point across to somebody.
I feel the way you would, so I'm not going to rag on you for not liking horror stuff. So long as you don't rag on me for liking something like Super Henkei Hero Force when I was younger.
Oh, come on, there's nothing wrong with that series.
Which, if you've played all our mods, that name might sound familiar to you. Specifically, the original Captive Heart.
I mean, sure it got corny sometimes, but it had some really emotional moments in there too.
Ah. I mean, I only say that considering all the teasing I got in junior high and all.
Let them think whatever. It's their loss.
Yeah. They're totally missing out on Lord Glavion and the Almighty Unicorn! Because, gentlemen, behold! This is Unicorn! The Earth is soon going to become a part of me! But before I can fulfill my ambitions, I need a lot of transforming parts! Okay, well. Tremble with fear as the Earth becomes a part of him!
Okay, you got me there. That was pretty corny. Especially the way that ninja consultant guy Six Shogun reacted.
Which, yeah, the... Yeah, so... There's that.
Still, though, something like Praxis Prime sacrificing his life for the fate of the world gets to you.
Which is Optimus Prime. Lord Glavion being Galvatron, and Six Shogun being Six Shot. Again, more deep cuts. Like, yeah. From the people who were aware that it was, like, kind of homaging Transformers, they didn't realize that I was homaging the Headmaster series that was exclusive to Japanese audiences. Because, yeah, most casual Transformers fans are not gonna know that. Like, they're probably just gonna know, like, the evergreen designs of Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, all them, and not even be aware of someone who... or not even be aware of, like, who Starsaber is, or... Well, Six Shot did get released here, but... you didn't know too much about his character, at least, if you watched the old TV show. Anyhow, point being that, yeah, considering how much of a Transformers nerd I am, it's like, sometimes I will go for those deep cuts. The Japanese continuity being one of them. And, well, I guess if you do want to get into the Japanese continuity, that would be the Headmaster series, Super God Master Force, and finally, Victory. We continue our conversation as we leave the busy downtown streets and find ourselves at a park.
Well, here we are, Nature Boy.
You're still not going to let that go, are you?
Nope.
She gives me a cheeky grin as she leads the way. You have somewhere in mind?
Kind of.
Alright, then lead the way, I guess. Natsuki confidently takes charge and resumes walking on ahead of me. I look at my surroundings as we press forward. I think I remember this place.
Can't say I'm surprised. There aren't that many parks around this area, so I'm sure you'd have seen it at some point.
Well, yeah, but I mean... I think my mom used to take me here when I was little. That was forever ago, though. She hesitates a bit before continuing.
Same, really. I used to play here when I was little. This was actually where I met Yuri for the first time.
I don't know if anyone would ever want to see, like, in our mod continuity, I guess we're gonna call it the Team Traderverse, like how Natsuki and Yuri met. Almost like the same way I have scenes written for like how MC met Sayori. Well, a scene rather. I just haven't like ever coded it, or we haven't coded it or featured it in a mod in any capacity outside of Sayori talking about it in Night Nurse. Likewise, I do have a scene written of how MC met Akane. So we do have like all these canon events, I just don't know if anyone would be interested in seeing these. But yeah, the whole idea would be that Natsuki and Yuri met like way back in the day when they were little. Of course, though, if we were to do that, that would require, well, it would require a lot of finagling and figuring stuff out, but anyhow.
You know her, right?
Yeah, I've met her a few times. Kodonoa used to mention her in passing now and again.
Yeah. Although, I'm pretty sure you've never been to the section of the park I'm about to show you.
Is that so?
Just come on and I'll show you.
I shrugged my shoulders and resumed trailing behind her. It looks like she's leading me further away from the areas in the park I remember playing in as a kid. Huh. I wonder where she's taking me. It's kind of got me a little on edge for some reason. Whatever the case, I hope she's not some psycho like her dad. This would be a good chance for her to lead me to some place to get me alone and beat the crap out of me. Wait, why is that the first thing my mind jumped to? Good question. Like, what reason would she have to even want to do that in the first place? Wow.
Pretty cool, right? It's funny how I never see a lot of people here. I guess hardly anyone ever comes out this far.
Yeah. I sure never did. I'd always get scolded if I went out too far.
Same. Although one time I just wandered off when my dad wasn't paying attention, and I ended up here.
Rebelling against your dad at such a young age?
Oh, shut it. Besides, I just got bored, that's all. I wasn't trying to make him angry or anything. Anyway, I just ended up here, and it didn't look like a lot of people came out this far.
It also looks like that hasn't changed. This must be on the other side of the park. Kind of a waste, no one comes around here much.
Yeah, but their loss is our gain, right?
True. Natsuki walks over and plops herself down on the lone bench. I follow behind and awkwardly sit right next to her. This is a bit out of my comfort zone personally, but for some reason, I feel a little more at ease with her by my side. Who would have guessed something like this was out here? Who would have guessed something like this was out here? No, I did read that right.
Busy people playing by the rules, that's who.
You say you weren't trying to make your dad angry, but look at you now.
Sometimes you have to bend the rules a little and take risks. Sometimes you have to bend the rules a little and take risks if you want to get ahead, right?
Too many S sounds.
So I took that risk and here we are now.
I almost feel like she means it in more ways than one, but best to keep that to myself. I look down at the lake alongside her. I mean, you have a point there. No denying that. In my case, though, breaking the rules backfires on me more often than not. And it leads me to getting stuck or set back. Or, worst case, causing some demented demon madman to go on a pyromania spree.
Is that so? I guess you have to be more creative whenever you do it then.
Huh. Anyone ever tell you that you might have a future being a lawyer?
Huh. It wouldn't be the first time somebody did that. Amy used to say that I have the mind cut out for it all the time.
She falls silent upon saying her name. It's okay if you still miss her, Natsuki.
Tell me, do you still miss Kotonoa?
That came out of left field pretty quickly. She's turned away from me slightly. Although, of course, for him it would be a little different because he was in love with Kotonoa. Amy and Natsuki were just friends, so yeah, this would hit him much harder. I take a deep breath. If I'm being honest, yeah, I do miss her from time to time. Especially right now, or especially right around this time of year. It's been a little over a year now, but it still feels like it was last week or something. Amy meant a lot to you, almost the same way Kotonoa meant a lot to me, in more ways than one. I know people go around telling you how time heals all wounds, but I think there's some wounds that won't go away completely, no matter how much time goes by. Okay, so in the last video I was talking about that a bit, or whenever it was. God, yeah, time, what is time for me, but yes, so MC kind of said it for me in the end.
Yeah, I just don't know how long I'm going to feel this way.
Hard to say. Everyone is different with how they go through the whole grieving process. Kind of like I said before about my grandma, right?
Yeah, I remember. I finally cried, but only after some bit of time passed.
And that's okay. There's no shame in that. Unless you're the old man who said men should never cry because it makes them weak. We remain quiet until I try to change the subject as best I can. Is this like your secret spot or whatever?
You could say that. I know it sounds silly, but I like to think of it more like my sanctuary. I like to come here a lot when I need time to think or blow off some steam.
I get that. It is a pretty nice spot, I have to say. Considering there's not a lot of people, it seems pretty peaceful and quiet as well.
And that's exactly why I like it. That, and the lake is pretty nice to look at as well.
It's kind of mesmerizing, I have to admit.
Right?
I guess I can see why you like to come here.
Just don't... I don't let just anyone in on this little secret, so you better feel special.
I'm honored that you've shared your secret sanctuary with me. She playfully gives me a little shove before putting her hand down, right on top of mine. I feel my face get warmer as I look down at my hand. Looking at her, the red tinge on her cheeks is kind of adorable. We both pull our hands back and look away from each other. What was that? I nervously fiddle with the pennant as I turn to look at her. She looks back at me sheepishly. It's kind of jarring not seeing her being so confident or in your face, like I've gotten used to her being.
So, what's that you got there?
Huh? Oh, this thing? It's kind of a pendant I got a while back. I don't usually wear it all that much, but I just felt like it today.
Never picked you as the jewelry type.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure why I have it, as stupid as it sounds. I just got it on a whim from Yuri along with that lock and key. As far as I know, I don't need this for anything else now.
So, you don't know why you have it, but you have it anyway.
Okay, Miss Future Lawyer. I reach around my neck to pull it off. I then surprise Natsuki by putting it around her neck. If you're so interested in it, well, why don't you have it?
What the... Huh? I can't take this from you.
Why not? You said so yourself. Besides, I don't think I want or need it much anymore, so it's okay.
But then how much did it cost you?
Not a single penny since it was just given to me. Not a single penny since this was just given to me by someone else. Sure as hell not going to say I got it. Sure as hell not going to tell her I got it from Yuri because of some curse.
Are you sure about this?
It's fine. Trust me. I feel better knowing it'll end up with someone that'll appreciate it more than I would. If you don't like it, you can just give it to someone else. No! I mean, I guess I'll keep it since you were nice enough to give it to me. Alright, then it's settled. With that out of the way, we take a moment to admire the setting sun just overhead. I don't think I've ever watched the sunset from this place. Of course, I've never been alone like this with a guy before either. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Wait. Ah, damn it. What time is it? Time for you to get a watch. Okay, no. I think it's almost 6 p.m., judging by the sunset. Ah, damn it. I have to get home. You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I just have to be home before my dad gets all worked up and worried about me, that's all. So angry. Ugh. Don't need me to walk you home or anything? No, it's fine. It's not all that far from here anyway. I'd like to stay longer here with you, but I understand. Don't worry about it. We can always try doing this again another time, right? Yeah. I really enjoyed today. Thanks for asking me out. Huh. She's like, really? I guess this really was a date then, wasn't it? Huh. You idiot. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. With that, Natsuki scurries away. I lean back in the bench a bit, still processing the day's events. What even happened just now? What was all of that? I guess I'll never know. Hey, old man. If I went to you instead of Mom for dating advice, what would you have done? Would you have been proud of me like she was? Or would you have been disappointed in me for some stupid reason? A question I'll never get an answer to. But maybe if he acted like an actual father to me, I wouldn't have struggled with dating and love so much. Yeah, unfortunately, my father wasn't much of an actual father to me either, which, like I said, a lot of that does get kind of reflected in the mods that I've written, for the most part. I sigh deeply before getting up and start making my way home. June 9th, 2019. Considering this is a shorter day, I'll go ahead and include it in the video. It's been about a day, but the events from yesterday are still swirling around in my head. Then again, how long have I been recording again? Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, I can probably keep going. It's only been about like 40 plus minutes. I haven't felt this way since... Wait, is that right? I mean, but I love you, Kodonoa. But then I never... That's right. I never told her how I felt about her when she was alive. I wanted to, but I couldn't bring myself to. Is this even right? I don't want to forget about her, but then there's nothing I can do for her now. It's been at least 1 full year and a month since she died. All this time has gone by, and I still have her in my memory. And yet, being with Natsuki yesterday and talking to her, I don't even know anymore. I plop my head face first into a pillow. The way I feel when I'm around Natsuki is so much like the way I felt around Koto back then. Being with her and talking with her, as stupid as it sounds, I felt more alive than I have in the last year or so being with her. At the same time, though, part of it just feels wrong to me. I don't know why. Man. I lift my head up and look at the diary. I haven't read anything from it in a while. Honestly, I don't know if I should, especially after yesterday. Yeah, obviously... we've already kind of gone through that whole breach of privacy thing. You know what? I get up and grab the book from my nightstand. There we go. Out of sight, out of mind. That's how the saying goes, right? Something like that, I think. I toss the diary back into the trunk and lock it up. As much as I'd like to have an idea where Natsuki stands after our date, I can't bring myself to find out. Not to mention it's dishonest, as Mio put it, and I shouldn't even be looking at it. Yeah, so... in this case, you could... what am I trying to say? You could say that he made the right call there. To, you know, not be poking into Natsuki's private life so much. My mind isn't even the right place. My mind isn't even in the right place with all these thoughts rattling in my head. So why add to the problem? Today is Sunday. I've got school tomorrow. I might as well try to relax for the rest of the night and put this out of my head. Who knows? As far as you know, maybe you're overthinking everything, and it's not as bad as you're making it. Maybe Natsuki doesn't even see you that way, and you're just being an idiot. That's it. Besides, who in their right mind would ever fall in love with you? Not Kotonoa, that's for sure. I stop for a moment when I think back to Friday and what Natsuki said before. You're not creepy or whatever else you said people think about you. If any girl ever tells you that you're creepy, they're just doing that to make themselves feel better. Who am I trying to kid here? I fall back onto my bed and turn the TV on. Maybe there's something on that'll take my mind off things. Say hello to my little friend! Hola! Is there anything else on right now? As I'm fumbling around with the remote, my phone starts ringing. Huh? It's weird. Almost no one ever calls me. I pick it up and see the caller ID. Huh? Why is Natsuki calling me right now? I waste no time answering. And now Monika's making her confession. You know, Captive Heart, the ending, so... Anyhow... yeah, like I said, this mod literally pulls from every single project we've done up to this point, practically. I don't think we ignored any of them, but anyway. Daniel... It almost sounds like she was crying before calling me. Natsuki? What's wrong? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't know who else to call. Easy now. What's wrong? It's Dad! He's... Where is he? He's in the slammer! What? How the hell did that happen? Natsuki sounds like she's about to start going into panic mode. Take it easy. You don't have to tell me... you don't have to tell me if you don't want to right now. No. Since I hinted at it before, I might as well just say it.
He was struggling with his old job, so he took up something on the side at night. I wasn't sure what, though. I figured it might have been something like being a drug dealer. I hoped I was wrong, but I didn't think he actually did any of that stuff.
A lot of people were kind of comparing it to Breaking Bad and, you know, how Walter White kind of got mixed up in all this. And, well, likewise, he did it for the sake of his family, you know, as well. This was actually more of a callback to Found Love once again, although I went with a bit of a different angle here. You know, that way it's not like... What am I trying to say? It's not so much like it's exactly what happened in Found Love, but, you know... It's similar, but at the same time it's also worse than what happened in that mod. Oh shit.
I just got a call from the police, and there was a drug bust earlier. My dad was there. They've got him in custody now. I knew things were bad, but I didn't think they were that bad. Not to the point where he'd actually stoop to doing something like this.
Natsuki, where are you right now?
I'm at home. At least for now.
For now? Where are you going to be staying?
My aunt. Dad's older sister. They called her as well. She's on her way to get me since she feels like I can't be left alone like this. Why did this all have to happen? I thought things were going to start getting better, especially after yesterday.
It almost sounds like she's about to start. She's about to break down crying. Natsuki,
I have to go now. My aunt is going to be here for me soon. I'll see you at school later.
Before I can say anything, the call ends. I put my phone down and roll over into my bed. What even was all that? Here I thought I was saving Natsuki's life, but now? No. Maybe I'm overthinking things here. Maybe it's not as bad as it sounds. The guy was a psychopath, right? Maybe it's a good thing he's locked up. If he loses his mind again, there's no way he can kill Natsuki this time. Yeah. As cruel as it sounds, maybe this is a good thing and her life will get better now. At least, I hope so. I don't even know anymore. So I told you this would be a short day. June 10th, 2019. And I guess with that in mind, yeah, I think I will go ahead and leave it there. That way, it's a little more of a clean cut, so to say. It'll be, well, the videos will be somewhat shorter. There will be possibly more of them. Like, I think at the time of recording, this is going to be episode 6. The original playthrough had 7 episodes, but they were, like, long ones, so I'm chopping it up a little bit differently this time around. So next time, we're going to see what exactly happened in the aftermath of Natsuki's dad being arrested. So, anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Stay golden and later, folks.